What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with an episode of Records and Ramblings. Before we get into the records, let's do a mid-sized bit of rambling. First off, letting you guys know, this video is being sponsored by The Coldest Water, a company that makes these great water bottles that keep your water cold for up to 36 hours. The bottles feature no sweat technology and they are odor-proof. So if you'd like to win one of your own, the giveaway is still going. Link is down there in the description section, or you can buy one of your own straight out. If you use my code, you get 10% off your entire order. So get on it. So yeah, the other bit of rambling. So I never really mentioned or addressed the VC, the vinyl community, mainly because I never felt like I was really a part of it, but I'm going to address a few of you today. When I first started making videos, I became friendly with a few of the VC members. Most of them have quit at this point. While active, I did witness racism and misogyny happening within the vinyl community, which, you know, the internet, it still exists within the real world, and these types of inequality exist in the real world, so why would they not exist in this manufactured world? Anyway, I've seen the drama happening lately with the dudes who are harassing women who are involved in the VC, and I thought about staying out of it until I realized that that's kind of the problem that's allowed this shit to continue for so long. Because some of my friends who quit the VC have recently told me within the past few weeks that they quit due to the same type of shit that we're seeing going on right now. And, you know, guys, newsflash, women collect records too. Women can also be more knowledgeable about records than men, alright? And you guys spreading the opposite narrative are clowns. Like, seriously, what is wrong with y'all? Attacking channels, making personal attacks, making uninformed comments about people's relationships. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I thought this shit was about showing records and talking music, and instead you assholes are spending your time isolating and attacking women? Listen, we're all dorks, okay? We sit on the internet and we talk about records, guys. We're all dorks and losers. Me, you, all of us. And that's one of the main reasons I started my channel, to make dorks and losers like myself feel okay to be a dork and a loser. And you guys trying to create some sort of hierarchy of who's cooler among dorks and losers is absolutely laughable. None of us are cool, okay? None of us were getting invited to the cool parties that the cheerleaders threw. If you think women are hustling men for free records, who cares? What's it got to do with you? Are you jealous because you weren't getting records? Are you upset because you sent some of these women records and none of them want to be your e-girlfriend? By the way, it's funny that you guys talk about the situation of men getting hustled for free records, which is a direct implication that men are dumb enough to allow that shit to happen to them, but you only direct your vitriol at women. Why aren't you making videos about the men you claim are getting hustled? And even if it's true, who gives a shit? Like, all the garbage women put up with, and let them get some free records, and you guys are throwing a fit. Grow up. Listen, it took me a while to really figure this out, but think about legacy. These videos will exist in perpetuity, and any of us can die tomorrow. So do you really want being a dick to women and whoever else over fucking records to be a part of your legacy? Stop being a shithead under the guise of keeping it real or telling the truth. You know, if you don't like someone's channel, just don't watch it. But leave people the fuck alone, man. Alright, now that that's done, let's get into the records. The first record I'm going to show you, this is Ostots with the name that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. I'm just going to put it right there so you can read it. So this is the record that I was supposed to show in my last video, but I screwed up and I showed the wrong record while describing this one, which is funny. The last record I showed in the other video is actually Hill Argai. I'm probably butchering that as well. But yeah, great black metal. Kind of weird vocals that took me a minute to get into, but now I actually do like them. Since I already described this one musically in the last video, Hill Argai, the record I showed in the last video, is fairly the same musically, but just recorded better in my opinion. The music sounds better, the vocals sound better, they're not as oddly gruff. But yeah, I like Hill Argai more than I like this one. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but yeah, here's the front cover. It's the back cover. Again, I really do like this record too, though. And the records on black won't bother showing you that. So, yeah, sorry about the screw-up last week. This was put out by Altair and Scold as well. So, yeah. Next record I'm going to show you. This is The Glorious Dead with Lifeless Shrines. So, yeah, this is Marty Worm, one of our favorite guys here on YouTube, who also does Bind Rune Productions. But I know I don't talk a lot about death metal, guys, but not as much as I talk about black metal, at least. But contrary to popular belief, I do love death metal. I'm just not a fan of the more modern metalcore or slam stuff. You know, that shit kind of bores me. And that's no disrespect to the bands who make it or the fans who love it. It's just not my thing. But I do love me a slab of old school death metal if it's played right. And that's what this is. This is old school death metal that kind of reminds me of older Dismember. At times reminds me of some Bolt Thrower. It's the inner sheet here. Lyrics and all that good stuff. Records on this beautiful kind of gray with green speckles. Hopefully you guys can see that in the camera there. But yeah, this is one to check out, man. The production is really good. Everything sounds really clear, but it still has that haze over it, so it doesn't sound too clean. Because when it's too clean, the riffs just don't sound as good to me. But this thing starts off pissed off with Vitreous Hemorrhage, and goddamn, man, it just builds up on that. But I know Cranial Festering was released early, but that's probably my favorite song on here, man. There's a riff in the middle of the song that is just so fucking good. But I don't know, man. Anyone who digs death metal, I definitely think you should give this a shot. It's super, super good. All right, next record I'm going to show. This is Coil with Swanyard. In celebration of Deus Records re-releasing Music to Play in the Dark on vinyl, which is one of my favorite Coil albums. I'm going to show a little bit of Coil. Not sure why I haven't shown this yet, because this was one of my favorite releases to come out last year. So this is a collection of songs recorded between 93 and 96, which was around the time of Angelic Conversation, Worship the Glitch. And the music doesn't really sound like it was recorded during the time they were recording those records. It sounds closer to what they were doing with Love's Secret Domain, in my opinion. Not a lot of vocals either, which is okay, but I do love when I get Coil with vocals. It's a triple LP. Kind of hard to show there, but you know, whatever. Records are on black, won't bother showing you that. I do kind of wish there was a booklet kind of talking about more in detail the songs here, but that's okay. If there's any band that really deserves some sort of documentary, it's Coil. But yeah, Heaven 98 that's on this album is just beautiful and dark and kind of sinister sounding. The song Spastiche is just incredible. It sounds like a hip-hop beat. Like, I feel like you could hear sadistic rapping over that, and it would be really fresh. But yeah, you can still get this, I believe, so hop on it, because Coil stuff, once it sells out, it's really expensive. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Coil, dark ambient, electronic, at times industrial, at times noise, they really cover the gambit, and they do something truly unique with it. One of my all-time favorite bands. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Hemlock, Ernst, and Kenny Segal with Back at the House. So, yeah, this is Hemlock Ernst, who is also Sam from Future Islands. Future Islands, a band that admittedly I'm not much of a fan of, but him rapping is just great. Kind of reminds me of Personal Journals era Sage Francis. But yeah, Kenny Segal is a fantastic producer. He's known for doing stuff with Milo, with Billy Woods. He's done stuff with Open Mike Eagle. But yeah, this record is beautiful. It's very melancholic, very sensitive sounding. The production is stellar, very diverse, very musical. I'm not sure if he's using samples or if those are actually live instruments that he's recording himself, but it sounds great. The rapping is also fantastic. Again, very Sage Francis-ish, but not to the point where it sounds like he's biting or anything. But yeah, it's a great record. I wish I'd heard it last year, because this probably would have been on my best of the year list. And yeah, there are assholes that are putting this on Discogs for a very high price. You can still get this, okay? You can still get this from Ruby Yacht Records. So yeah, don't fall for the flipper shit. Just go and get it straight from the source. This is the second pressing, but yeah, people are still just overcharging. I don't know. People are shitballs, man. Next record I'm going to show you. This is Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains with Fight Like Hell, recordings from 2004 to 2007. So I kind of found this by accident. I already had the Chesky Pat the Bunny split, and I just love it, both sides. Not sure why I never researched that hard into Pat the Bunny, so I had no idea he had another moniker, which is Johnny Hobo. And yeah, this is folk punk, a genre of music I like, but I don't listen to a whole lot. And if you don't know what folk punk is, it's pretty much what it sounds like, you know? It's punk rock, but played with acoustic instruments. Even though it sounds weird, it actually works for some of the bands. Some of the bands I don't really like, but the ones I do like, I like a lot. This has some things in here talking about the record. Oh, I'm sure you can't see that. It's just showing up as plain white. Probably the same thing with this, but whatever. But yeah, political and personal lyrics, yelled in a very snotty but real way, if that makes sense. Acoustic guitars, horns, drums. I don't know, man. It really makes you feel like you're sitting around a campfire by some railroad tracks with some whiskey and some Pringles and watching these guys play, man. It really gives you that live feeling. But this is the second pressing. I don't know if it's still available. It was done by DIY Bandits. Shout out to those guys. But yeah, I think the first pressing sold out fairly quickly. So if you can get your hands on the second pressing, definitely do it. Church Hymn for the Condemned. That's the song that made me say, oh yeah, I'm buying this now. Like, the lyrics are just fantastic. He says, but I take the beauty of chaos over ugly perfection. I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed every day since 1987. That's just perfect. Next record I'm going to show you. This is The Sun's Journey Through the Night with Eternal Black Transmissions. Yeah, this is really, really, really good raw black metal. I believe they're from the UK. They don't have a metal archives page, which is weird. If anybody knows why, let me know. I'm nosy and curious. But yeah, great riffs with a lot of focus on ambience and atmosphere. It's not too raw where you can't make things out. The production quality is really good as far as lo-fi black metal goes. Records on black won't bother showing you that. Comes with this nice little insert here. There are legit moments on this record that sound really creepy. Then other moments are just aggressive and violent sounding. When it comes to this type of black metal, like, I feel like this is really the sound that I'm looking for. Like, it's almost perfect. Easily one of the best projects that I've heard this year. This was put out by His Wounds Records and Repose Records. So support and shout out to those guys. The guy behind Repose Records sent me another record, but this video is probably long, so I'll probably just show that one in the next video. But yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of Records and Ramblings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, be nice to each other, or try to be at least. But yeah, as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace out, boy.